everybody. Excited to have you here, Roger, and for the rest of the season. We're looking at the Royal Hazel variety at our Skyline Orchard. We're up on Skyline Ridge, one of the many of the ridges that we have here. Our orchards are sloped, and that does a couple good things for us. It lets that cold air, most importantly, roll off in frost season, so it goes down the hill, and we can resist freezes a lot better. And you can see that these trees have a wonderful crop on them, a really nice heavy crop of fruit. This variety is an early harvesting cherry, and it generally picks about the same time as Chelan. We're up in elevation from our orchards where we'll start at. And we're gonna go some earlier orchards down at lower elevation Chelans and work our way up here to these really beautiful Royal Hazels.
So Mike, I know that when I was here the last time in the last videos we did, we were talking about the crop. How do you see the crop? I know we had a weather event, which, which turns out was the trees, Mother Nature didn't do anything really bad to it. But how are you seeing the crop since the last time I was here?
The crop looks great. The fruit is finishing and sizing really nicely. We've been having, other than our big weather event, we had some really huge thunderheads move through, and we had a temporary amount of heavy rain and high winds and low temperatures. That thunderstorm lowered the temperature significantly. And those things helped us out because the fruit, they did get wet, but the wind blew and dried out the fruit after the rainstorm, and the temperatures were low, and then we had it overnight for the fruit to recover. So we have not seen any cracking damage from that storm. And so I think we came through it relatively unscathed, little if any damage. We had a lot of trees come down the area, power loss and whatnot. But as far as the crop is concerned, we still have really great cherries that we're gonna be picking here soon. So if anything, I think that we're seeing great size and fruit finish for this season. It's noteworthy.
So to the team, you're looking at fruit that is 7 days away from harvest. This is what your customers are going to be enjoying. I actually ate some, Mike, and the sugars it's incredible. They're tasting great already. I mean, the color might not be there, but it's a great eating piece of fruit.
Yeah, I agree, Roger. We try to grow trees that have lots of leaves. Those leaves are what make the sugars that the tree then puts into the fruit. And so when we wait for this color to arrive here in a week or so, it's going to be just that much more sweet. So I'm excited to get these off.
We're at the Davis Orchard, and about 3 years ago, Mike said something to me. He goes, when it's getting close to harvest is when you cannot see the cherries. And ladies and gentlemen, you can't see the cherries. They're here. I promise you they're here, but you can't see them. If you look into the tree, you can see how they're here. But the leaves, all the work that Mike and his team have done in terms of agricultural practices, I mean, look how healthy these trees look.
The fruit that's being picked now, the earlier orchards, they got hit with some frost in many areas of the Northwest. And so that crop's not huge. And so that's going to help size. That's definitely going to help size cherries. And, if I just grab a couple here, here's a few 9-row cherries right here, Roger. And even though our harvest is earlier this year because of the weather we've been having, the mild winter, we've had great conditions for sizing fruit. What makes fruit size is when the temperatures are mild. It doesn't get too hot. That makes fruit just get ripe and quit growing. We've had great weather here, and that's had a profound impact. So we do the best we can to prune these trees, to fertilize these trees, to irrigate these trees, to make a lot of leaves, as you were saying, and that's what grows big cherries like this. So I'm very, very pleased, really pleased with how these cherries look. They're gorgeous.
So, ladies and gentlemen, a few minutes ago, we took that video of the fruit that's coming in 7 days. This is coming in 2 days. Yep. So, just know we have it. We're ready. Cannot wait to start the process. I will be taking videos of the very first cherries being dumped this season, and Mike and I will be back for more videos. So, thanks again, Mike, for your time, and excellent job to you and your team on what you've done. In the drive here, we spoke about it has to start. It starts here. It starts in the orchards. Without the work done in the orchards, we can't put anything into the pack house. and then we can't sell anything to our customers. So great job to you and your team.